you are going home with them. This evening I'm speaking on a topic: the spirituality of patterns. The spirituality of what? Of patterns. Now it sounds so odd, so to speak, because some of us don't know there are patterns that we are following unaware to us. We are unaware that we are following a pattern unknown to us. The only time some of us will realize that it's a pattern when it has come to an end. In Exodus 25, Exodus 25, I read from verse 9, 8 and 9. And let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. Now, according to all that I've shown thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instrument thereof, even so shall it be made. Now this is our feast of good things, and it start breaking evil pattern. But tonight I'm talking about the spirituality of patterns. Hear me and hear me well. Every man sitting down is a representative of his great grandfather that even he does not know. I usually watch one program, they call it the paternity court, where children that do not know their father, they take the matter to that court, and in that court there are questions that will be asked. But at the end of the question and answer, the judge will decide the issue based on the DNA of the father. And some were disappointed, some cry for joy. And I watched one that drew my attention things I did not know. This young man was named Alex. He was shot dead. And after the death of the young man, the girlfriend came up and said he had a child for this boy, Alex. So I began to wonder, they decide that case? Talking medical things now. How are they going to decide? Now, Ella is dead, is buried. How will they decide this case? But the judge was so confident, asking question. The young girl was saying, he looked like Alex. You see the nose, you see this. They have been together. The judge said, whether they have been together, whatever. What will decide the case today is the DNA. But I asked question, how will they do it as a novice? And they said they would take the sample of the mother of Alex. That there will be a trace of the DNA of the mother to the child. for blood, what is it called? Is it blood transfusion or whatever? Or if your brother or your sister or your child is sick, they say, okay, come and donate blood, your blood. And you see there are many cases where things unexpectedly happen because it does not follow the pattern. In other words, there is a biological pattern that every child carries the DNA of his mother or his father. So no matter the argument, no matter the analysis, no matter the debate or how confident you may sound in the court of law, there's one thing that defines the end results. It is the pattern in the DNA. To end the story of Alex, I wonder, I said, is that possible? Because I was a novice. And they took the blood sample of the mother of Alex and they run through the whatever they had to do it. And they came out. And the result was 0.006. It has been determined by the court that in terms of the trace of this young boy to this family, it is what? Null and void. That child does not belong to Alex. I shook my head. I said, look at technology. That is what man can do. They have been able to establish a pattern to identify the father of a child through the DNA. Child of God, there is a spiritual DNA also. You didn't hear what I said. But I'm not going to talk just on the spiritual DNA. I'm going to tell you that there is spirituality in pattern. That anytime you see pattern in families, there is somebody somewhere that defined the pattern. Oh, you didn't hear what I said. It's like a curse, but pattern are stronger than curse. Someone can be cursed. This morning, I received a message from outside the country. From a lady. I think they were the first set of people that follow me when I was preaching online. I think I shared one of the testimony when he said, you are a true man of God. I didn't know why he said that. I just said, well, this. Now, then I prophesied to the young man and said, there's something about the family. And I said, this and this is what is going to happen to you. And do you know the young man got anointed? Because I told him, I said, this thing will happen to you in the church. Do you know there are people pattern follow to the church? And they fight them inside the church. So there are some things you do in the church is as a result of what? The pattern is still following you to church. So I told him, I said, it will follow you to the church. And this is how you will act in the church. And this is what will happen in the church. He got anointed. As if he don't want to follow me again. He didn't hear what I said. He said, must it be you, all those kind of stuff. So, Uskuke, when you have the thing, you don't run for people. If people are not looking for me because I don't have what they have, what they need. If I have what they need, with time they will look for me. I'm telling you the truth. When you have what people need, they will come. They will look for you anywhere. They may call you name, but they will look for you. They will find you to your house. I told him, if you don't deal with this, it will deal with you. I told you a lot of things. You know, I have one kind of grace. If you feel it too much, I tell you, I too much pass you. That's my grace. So I look how you be. I blocked him. I just blocked him. Because I wanted to mentor him, so that this pattern in his life will not happen to him. Because there's a pattern following him, following his father, following. Oh Jesus, come on, So I was discouraged. I blocked him. I forgot about him. One day Mama said, why are you harsh with your boy? I said, my boy need me, not the one that need him. If you think the offering is given, that's what he's entering here. He was not even giving an offering. It was somebody else that was giving. It was just opportune to pass. Being that the person doesn't have paper, so he used it, and he was eating the offering. So he was just looking at how much this guy. You understand? So he was doing everything, but I've told him he got angry. I blocked him. So one day I just laughed. I said, let me just forgive this my boy. Hallelujah, somebody. So I opened. I called the lady. I said, I've forgiven him. He was so excited. But pattern is still fighting him. Look at what he sent to me. I said, I've forgiven him. He said, I've forgiven you too. He said, thank you for forgiving me. I'll still forgive you. I said, you see, the problem is still there. Hallelujah, somebody. So I laughed. So I was not, if you even come online, I don't even bother. I just go with my thing. Some people are very funny. When you recognize the too much, you enter their head. There are people like that. Not all people, but there are people like that. So let me tell you something. God has not started with you yet. They that despise you, they that say how it will happen, when God is through with you, they will send for you. I say when heaven is through with you, and they will send for you. Don't kill yourself. Just work on yourself. Don't kill yourself. Work on yourself. So I opened. He just told me, he said, he just talked about me 2 days ago. I have to play along. So as I was in the house, I saw a message. I said, what is that? So I opened, it was a voice note. The lady that is his wife, present wife, I told them, 2 of them. He now told me, he's a man of God. He said, what you told us 2 years ago, in fact, when I told them, it didn't happen not up to 1 year, but they decided to, shame didn't make them to tell me. But you know, the thing started happening not once, not twice. It started, and it's happening in what? In the church. And he said they even want to go back to the church. The church now drove them, the worst part. That the man is tired. He said, I don't want to go to church. sent the first time. I said, please, I have a program. When I'm through, I will talk with you. What is happening? Pattern. He said one of the pastors told him, said, there's a curse on you. I said, what is following this guy? It's more than a curse. I told God this afternoon, I said, God, I don't want to prophesy low. I want to tell them the solution to the problem. God, if you don't want to tell me solution, don't give me the prophecy. Prophecy don't excite me again. When I mean, I'm not downplaying prophecy, but I want a change. I want a change. I want a change. Tell somebody, I want a change. I want a change. Where we read in Exodus, God showed us that pattern abetted in the realm of the spirit. That is why those who are in that pattern, even though they want to walk out of it, they can't walk out of it, because it is what? Coordinated by spirit being. So unconsciously to the person, he followed that pattern. And if he's not aware, he will die without realizing it. Fourth or fifth generation to come may discover the pattern, but many would have suffered from it. God told Moses, he said, Moses, the way you will coordinate things will be according to the pattern you saw. So spiritual people don't act ordinary. They act according to the spiritual pattern that is shown to them. When you see a Jewish man, he does not act anyhow. He acts according to the God's instruction. The instruction become a pattern. How he legislates in the realm of the spirit. According to the pattern. In other words, if it is outside the pattern, it will not be accepted. Do you know one of the things that cool Uzzah